Good morning, welcome to my garden. It's 9:30 in the morning on Tuesday the 2nd of July. Just having a cup of tea and having a little look around and seeing what I need to do, planning what's going to go on today. Today I think I'm going to take you on a whole garden tour. See what's been going on around and about, because things have changed, especially at the front of the garden at the moment. In the vegetable garden, everything's sort of ticking along now. It's tending things, keeping weeds at bay. I've still got a few things to plant out, but not loads. Today I'm going to have a good clear out in the garden. I'm going to get rid of the lettuces that are now about this tall because they've going to seed. I'm going to chuck all those to the chickens, they'll like that. And the blown cauliflowers are coming out. And I can just see that one of my shallots is putting up a scape, so I think I might take those out today. I don't think they're going to grow that much bigger now. The sunflowers are looking pretty, aren't they? I'm so pleased with those. They're beautiful. I've never managed to grow a sunflower before, so you can imagine. Oh my goodness, bugs. Nightmare. Anyway. Yeah, we'll do a whole garden tour, I think. Show you all the things that have been changing. It's quite nice to get out here sometimes and just sit and look. French beans are doing really well. I can't believe how much they've grown. When was it I put the strings in? It's only Saturday. I think it was only on Saturday. I'll show you where the French beans up to in a minute. Tomatoes are doing well. Going to give those a tickle in a minute. That's always the first job of the day. Tickle the tomatoes. I think I spotted my first outdoor tomato this morning. I hope so. I'm just looking at my onion bed. It's just behind you. The white onions are doing really well. They're looking really strong. The red onions are a bit flaky, to be honest. As is mudguard. I have to remember they were only planted in spring, so I shouldn't be expecting them to be doing anything at the moment, really, should I? But the white onions are looking quite strong. Quite a few of them are actually making good plants now, which is nice to see. The red onions continue to go to seed. They're putting up scapes left, right and centre. It's definitely shallot picking day today. Let's see what we got. Well, shall we take this cup of tea with us and we can have a chat while we walk? Why not? So shall we start in the 4 foot by 4 foot bed and have a look at these little beauties? They're gorgeous. Beautiful. And down at their base, Cosmos going nuts in this bed. It's loving it. With courgette, which is Tondo de Rosso Denisa? Yeah, that's the one. Tondo something Denisa. Rubbish camera work, Julia. That's growing nicely. Flowers are loving it in here. Cleome is loving it in here. Dwarf kale is loving it in here. There's my rubbish pile. That's another job for today. I'm going to move all the cardboard. Sweet peas heading upwards, doing really well. No flowers yet, but lots of buds, so I'm looking forward to a nice display from those. Tomato bed with the broad beans behind, and the French and runner beans in front, in between, and one of the said pointy lettuces The others around it have only just gone out. Then I've still got others to put out, so they'll fill that gap once the pointy one goes. And the tractor tyre, the courgettes in there are doing really well now. And I've got 2 sunflowers in there. This straggly one at the front, and the much stronger and more robust one there at the back. And a load of antirrhinums I just bunged in wherever they'd fit. Sunflowers here are doing nicely, and I think, yes, just starting to bud up. It's good to see. Beetroot, still getting, I keep getting rid of. Goodness, let's put this down for a moment. I just keep taking off the leaves that are suffering from the leaf miner. Come back and clear them up in a minute. But every day I come and there's more. Oh dear me. Bloody mess they make. Okay, let's get rid of it again for today. Come and clear that up in a minute. Carrots are doing fine. They didn't germinate really thickly, so I don't think I'm going to need to get rid of any. Although I do think I'm getting some pecked off. So I'm going to, they're quite new germinations, those ones though. I'll put a bit of net over here, something's nibbling at them, look. Right, I think it's birds, not slugs, so I'll put a bit of net over the top of them. Plenty of flowers on, oh, if I can find you, there we are. Plenty of flowers on the tomatoes. Looking good. I'll come and tickle those in a bit. That's the trench where we dug out all the willow. We've been filling it in with turf from the front where we've been making new beds. I'm going to take you down there and show you that. Down out here, from here where the weed pressing sheet is, there'll be a path down here, another gravel path with some steps. And then more beds will go out to just probably just where the furniture is. That'll get moved back further down where the other furniture is. In fact, I might do that today. Not the beds. Do that another day because I've got to level all this off first. But that furniture, I'll move down to the back there because that area gets the sun really nicely in the evening. And would quite like to sit there. So move all this to the back. And the mowing needs doing again, desperately. It always needs mowing. But this whole area here, where my dog is sitting, all the way up here to probably here-ish and across. So the pond will still be there. So we've got the ponds there. Being alive, they have. This whole area is going to be more beds, raised beds. I've still got things to go out, but not too much, so I'm going to get all that cleared today. By the end of today, I'm aiming on not having anything left in here needing to be planted out. Watch where I'm walking. These are my first lot of leeks, and they're looking really good. Not very many of them, but I don't mind that, as long as they continue looking really good. And it looks, I don't know, that looks, these are the freesias that I grew from bulbs, and look, we've got flower buds on them. But this one appears to have, I don't know, leek. I don't know, growing in the pot. Lots of buds. Look, see, there's some there. Freesia buds, they're about to open, I think. I'm going to take them around to the front garden. Look, they're about to open. Lovely. Take them to the front garden and plant them in the new beds, which I'll show you in a moment. Tom Thumb lettuces, all year round lettuces, but I'm going to remove these. The chickens are going to have them because they're too close to the tomatoes. And these little tiny cherry tomatoes. Oh, they're so small. The currant tomatoes, these, how many plants we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants. I think I've got 3 red and 2 yellow. Yeah, so all these lettuces I'm taking out, they're too close. And I'll leave the Tom Thumbs. I like the Tom Thumbs better, it has to be said. They're my favourites. The alderman peas finally have flowers, hooray! So they can probably come again now. They're doing alright. They're sagged a little at the bottom, probably about 6 feet high. I might not need to rescue them because I think they're now climbing up the blow shockers. Charlie's still doing well. The Hurst Green Shaft, is that Hurst Green Shaft? No, this Kelvedon Wonder. Kelvedon Wonder are coming up quite nicely, as are the Hurst Green Shaft. Super. Peas under control. And I do plant lettuces around here that I count as sacrificial because the slugs seem to prefer the lettuces to the peas. So I'd rather them eat easily come by lettuces than precious peas. This is a Market More cucumber, recently planted out. Seems to be doing well. It's got its protection of wool. A lavender and mare's tail fern. Come back and get that after. Beans are all doing really nice. Oh, I said I'd show you how high up they've got. This one was up to here when I did the stringing on Saturday. It is now Tuesday and it has grown over a foot. That's about 14 inches since Saturday. Is that not incredible? It certainly is. Got it again growing up here. They're all heading up now. So once they start going up, they go up fast, don't they? The broad beans. These were only spring sown broad beans. But we've got some pods on. They seem to be doing okay. We'll see how they go. Not had any black fly on them at all. I did take the tops off some of them. I need to do the rest. These ones will be sown out later. Look at all those pods on there. It's going to be a nice little harvest when it's time, isn't it? Super. And the same there. It's full of pods all the way up. Good. Beans. Yum. I'm taking the tops off them because I actually want them to concentrate on just making the beans now. I don't really want them to get any bigger. Something's eating my bean leaves. But I don't mind that as long as they're not eating my beans. I'll in bed. Ooh. Getting quite good sizes now. These onions starting to, you can just see starting to bulb up now. As are the red ones, despite having gone to scape a bit. Gone to scape? Tried to run to seed. Well, did. Some of them are so pathetic. Look at that. I mean, for heaven's sakes. Funny. I've got some rows of radishes planted in this bed in between the onions. Yes. And they're going to seed already without even having made anything, I think. Look, that's seeding. Yeah, see? Not made anything. running to seed before they've even got started. And nobody can say that they haven't had plenty of water this year. This is my shallot. That's actually chucked up a scape, so I think that tells me it's time to pick these babies. So I think we'll do that today. That's shallots. But yeah, white onions. Doing alright. We'll see how it comes along. My favourite bed, I think, at the moment, this one. It's got a right old mixture. And some of the things that I put in it got badly attacked by pigeons. There was one sitting on the roof the other day, watching me, tending my garden. And I knew it was thinking, just wait till you're gone, just wait till you're gone. So I've had to cover up some of the things in here with a bit of netting. It's the Waltham butternut squashes they seem to go for. And they don't just peck the leaves, no. They have to peck out the hearts of the squashes. Look at that one over there. I didn't bother covering this one because they snapped it in half. I'm just going to have to dig it out soon. It's not going to survive. So they seem to go right for the heart, for the growing point, and peck that out or break the stem. And then they're good for nothing. These are the claret sunflowers, growing beautifully and offering a certain amount of protection for what's underneath to a certain extent, and starting to put off their buds. Been getting quite a few courgettes actually. We've had quite a few off this plant and this one. Picking them young while they're this sort of size, so that then I never get a massive glut then. And they're very tasty when you pick them small. This is another squash, summer squash. It makes little round, oh look, yellow squash. Those are the first babies coming up. It's oh, there it is. Sunburst. It's an F1, so I won't be able to keep seed from it. And it got a lot of, I wasn't happy when I first planted it out, oh no, but all the new growth is coming through beautifully. Swift sweet corn is doing really well. It's not going to be, what is it they say in America, waist high by the 4th of July? Nah, it's going to be, it might be waist high if I stand next to it and pull the leaf up. Yeah, see, waist high by the 4th of July. Don't think that's quite what they mean, but I'm pleased with it. It's growing, it's strong, it's a good green colour. It's making healthy growth. So, touch wood, it's going to be okay. And the bantam, golden bantam squash, sweet corn as well, is doing really well. Potatoes are in flower, and in some places they've flopped a bit because of all the rain we had. Now, I was watching, I think, on Terry King on the robotic allotment. I think it was Terry, took the flowers off his potatoes. So I'm going to do the same. I think it was Terry. Yeah. I'll check. I'm sure it was Terry. Looking at the garden from here, I think it's doing really actually very well, considering none of this existed a year ago. I've built it all and I am so proud of it. We're not going to go in the greenhouse today because we go in there quite often. While it's dry, not particularly brilliant day, but it's dry, we'll do an outside tour. Look at these pretty dog roses that are growing in the hedge. Aren't they pretty? Lovely colour. And there's obviously all the usual suspects growing willy-nilly along the edge. A honeysuckle that never seems to flower. It didn't last year. Oh no, look at that, it's actually got buds. I see a bud, I see a bud. Look, I see a bud. It didn't flower last year, but it looks like it's going to this year. Super. It needs taming a bit. I have to come along a little later and twist these things up. This is the wild bit. Don't look, don't look. Oh dear. Yeah, not got to there yet. And that bit there needs a really good trimming. More of those beautiful pink roses. Just doing their thing in the hedge. And then more of those little purple flowers. They're pretty. They don't normally get to stay though. Wood store for this winter. That means warmth and coziness this winter, that pile does. And there's an equal amount of it over there. It also means my husband's got an awful lot of work to do. Oh, there we go. Massive fern. Took it out once, it's grown back again. Not overly fond of ferns. A chicken coop. Where's my chickens? Ladies! Tick, tick, tick. Hello, Primrose. Hello, Emmy. Primrose. Hello, Primmy. And Emmy, the pretty one. The pretty shy one, she is. I'm taking it Tequila and Miss Maisie are both inside laying. There they are. Both inside laying. Oh, bless them. More eggs. Yum. Got some antirrhinums that I grew from seeds, along with other bits that my husband threw some wildflower seeds in here. Some of it's looking a little bit too wild to stay. Climbing rose that will go above the chicken's arch. And another climbing rose on this side that's not looking quite as happy, but also there's sweet peas on both sides for this year. That's the chickens. This is a bit of the garden that we'll leave quite wild. There's wild bluebells in there, and we just kind of leave it. We do more a little bit around the edge, but not too much. Harley helps to trim the grass as well. Come on, dog. Oh, forgot to tell you, I found that we have gooseberries. Didn't see those last year. They need picking, they're very ripe, I think. I'll come out later on and get those and make some gooseberry jam. The red currants are clearly getting nicked by the birds, because there were a lot more than this on here the other day. They're getting to them before I am, so I might pop a net over them now so we can have a few. Oh, look, I've just seen something. Oh, look. Oh, it's still not quite good enough for me to eat it. Will that one be okay? No. Haha, you look like you've been half eaten already. Oh. The creatures get these really more than me. I'd like one though. Just one. Oh well. I guess the critters can have them. Front garden. This is where we've been doing a lot of work. You've seen the blue flower before. It's always alive with bees. We're making some new flower beds. As I said, this whole garden is going to be all oval, round, odd shaped flower beds. eventually there'll be very little grass left in it. There'll be some, obviously. And there will be grassy areas of the garden. But this is going to be my cottage garden. And I think we're getting there. I mean, that didn't exist a year ago. And it is so pretty. I've got some more flowers to put in that. Just bought this rose yesterday. Oh, it smells so good. It is called Gentle Hermione. And the scent, oh, delicious. So that's going to live in the centre of that flower bed. What a healthy looking plant. Isn't it beautiful? Can't beat a good David Austin rose, you know. These dodgy looking grey plastic pots have got my dahlias in. And they're sort of zigzagged down the garden. They're actually doing really well. I thought I'd spotted black fly on them then, but I've not. They filled out really well. Oh, this one's even got buds on now. Look at that. They've only been in there a short while. Super. Another rose. Absolutely no idea what this one's called. It's so pretty. And again, another scented one, but not as nice as that new one. This one has had a dodgy time somehow. That branch needs removing. That does definitely not look healthy, but the rest of the plant is. And I believe this one's Peace Rose. When it comes out, it's a soft yellow with peachy edging. That's Peace, isn't it? Yeah. Slugs. These are the ones that had been badly slugged in the green. Do you remember I showed them in the greenhouse? Another rose of a name I don't know. Very pretty. And yeah, slightly scented, but not very much. This dahlia's got a bud on it as well. I have no idea what makes these dahlias are. They were in a mixed bag of tubers. There's a patio rose there that I need to find a space for. And lupins that I grew from seed. And a whole host of plants that I grew from seed and some that I bought in the bargain bucket at B&Q. That basket, the Sweet Williams, are coming to an end on, I think, but I'm going to replace them with, what was I thinking? Oh, some of these pinks. So pretty. Nice dianthus, yeah? Oh, look at those pretty faces. On this part of the front garden, we've not started yet, but it's going to be mirror that side. Sort of mirror it. It's going to be a very fluid, but similar sort of thing. Lots of random flower beds dotted around, filled with cottage garden flowers. We discovered, you remember I asked at some point if anybody knew what this bush was? Well, we've worked it out. It's a pear. It's a pear tree. We're going to stake it, cut out some of this old dead stuff. It's got a excuse for a stake, it's not even attached to it. So we're going to stake it properly, give it a bit of TLC and see if we can't make a decent plant out of it. But it's got some nice pears on it. Not very many, only about 10, so it's not too many. Which is good. A goldenrod. Just taking over the spot in the garden. The plant whose name I sometimes remember and sometimes forget. Buddleia. The camellia that doesn't flower because it's in the wrong place. Oh, the enormous horse chestnut tree. The cherries. Don't seem to get terribly red before they shrivel up. Look. So I'm not sure about them. It looks quite diseased as well. Does anybody know what this is? because it seems to affect the fruits as well. I'll kind of show you on there. Let's see if we can. See, it seems to get on the fruits as well. I'm thinking the upper branches seem to be okay. I might take some of these lower ones off that are affected. We'll see, we'll see. So, the birds seem to be enjoying the cherries. I want to save some for us. They look like they should be amazing. There have been a lot of these very pretty aquilegias this year, of lots of different colours and forms. I mean, just here we've got white, pink, blue. That's a pretty one, isn't it? It's like got double bonnet on it. That's lovely. Huh, cute. This is my damson bush that came from the old house. Well, it came through many houses with me. Needs all this stuff getting rid of. Dreaded bramble. No! So here we are, back in the garden. In the veg garden. Just as it's about to rain. I'm going to string this arch up this week. I'll just choose a dry time when it's not raining, because the beans that I planted along here and in front of this arch are all coming through now. So it won't be long before they're up and at them. And just before it starts raining really heavily, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Strawberries. The first strawberries. Look. I mean, it's time, isn't it? Oh, look. My first strawberries. We'll leave you with one last look at the sunflowers. I wasn't going to do watch me eat a strawberry thing, but I'm going to do the watch me eat a strawberry thing. Oh my word. Never eaten a shop-bought strawberry ever again in my life. That fence. That fence is going to be covered in the strawberries next year. Second. Even on a grey, cloudy day with a slight drizzle, that is the taste of summer. Oh my word. Okay. No more ecstasies over strawberries. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that little tour of my garden. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you'll be back next time. There might be more strawberries, but I won't eat them on camera. Thank you for watching. See you next time.